Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are grabbing our imaginary passport and heading to a place that, often gets a bit lost in the travel chatter when people talk about China. We're going to Dalian. It's a coastal gem in the Liaoning province, a place where you'll find these European spires right next to golden beaches. The history is it's literally etched into the street maps.
It's a really crucial deep dive because Dalian represents a different side of modern China. It's less of the ancient cultural capital you find in, say, Xi'an, and more of a complex, relatively young port city built on ambition and, foreign influence.
Right.
While Shanghai and Beijing take all the global spotlight, Dalian is consistently ranked as one of China's most livable cities. It's lauded for its clean air, its wide-open public spaces.
So our mission today is really to unpack that unique appeal. We're synthesizing travel guides, historical excerpts, and architectural analyses to understand how a city founded just over a century ago developed such a distinct personality.
And especially its complex history, involving significant Russian and Japanese control, and why it's become this enviable seaside getaway.
It really is a getaway.
Now, we're talking serious coastline here.
Yeah.
Dalian is strategically located right where the Bohai Sea meets the Yellow Sea.
Okay.
Which gives it an incredible 12,288-kilometer coastline. That one geographical fact, it defines everything about the city, from its economy to its culture and its food.
So let's unpack that history, because to really get Dalian, you have to understand its strategic beginning. It's a city built almost overnight.
Yeah.
Founded formally in 1899, it just sort of sprang from a small fishing village into a major city thanks entirely to external forces.
That's such a crucial distinction. It was the Russian Empire that first recognized its location, leased the land in 1898, and founded the port city of Dalian. Right. And the intent was immediate. Turn this remote bay into a huge global commercial port and the southern terminal for the Trans-Siberian Railway.
So they came in with a plan.
Oh, a very specific plan. They immediately imposed a distinct European urban plan. These wide streets, grand squares, and architecture, reflecting that late 19th century imperial confidence.
So Dalian's initial blueprint was entirely Russian. But that story, it only lasts about 7 years before this dramatic shift.
The Russo-Japanese War of 1904.
Exactly.
Correct. The Japanese victory secured them control, and they continued developing the city for the next 4 decades. They inherited that European structure, but they refined it, adding their own administrative and industrial layers.
So the city itself becomes the artifact.
The city is the primary historical artifact. You won't find Ming Dynasty temples, but you find the physical remnants of this intense, concentrated foreign control.
It's the ultimate example of architecture as history. If you, the listener, want a truly visceral look at that complex period, where should you go?
Well, a day trip to Lushan, formerly Port Arthur, is vital. It's home to the historic Russian-Japanese Prison Museum. Yeah, visiting places like that provides the deep historical context you need to understand the layers of societal and cultural tension that these occupations created.
Okay, so considering this is a northern city, what does the marine climate actually do for the quality of life there?
It's the saving grace of Northeast China, really. The climate keeps the winters mild, but the real benefit is the long, comfortable swimming season. It stretches from mid-June all the way into late October.
So I'm imagining the height of summer, June through August. That's when the city truly comes alive.
Oh yeah, especially with temperatures sitting comfortably between, say, 22 and 28 degrees Celsius.
Perfect.
It's peak season for tourism and fun. The Dalian International Beer Festival, which is this huge multi-week event, is the focal point of the summer. It draws massive crowds to those public squares we'll talk about.
But if you're not a big crowd person,
then you go in the autumn. September and October are often cited as the preferred shoulder season. You get sunny, cool breezes, and critically, that is when the local delicacies like swimming crabs and mantis shrimp are at their absolute best.
Okay, so you travel for the food in the fall.
100%.
That makes perfect sense. Now let's move from history to scale, because Dalian's urban landscape is truly defined by these monumental public spaces, a clear legacy of that initial European imperial planning.
That planning philosophy, it just favored grandiosity, and nothing demonstrates that better than Xinghai Square.
Okay.
It is the architectural heart of the city. People call it Dalian's living room. And notably, it's the largest city square in all of Asia.
And when we put that into context for you, the sources tell us Shanghai Square is roughly 4 times the size of Beijing's Tiananmen Square.
Exactly.
That's not just big, that's a statement of civic ambition.
It is. And it houses major landmarks like the Centennial Footprint Monument, which commemorates the city's 100th anniversary, and the massive Shell Museum.
So when's the best time to go see it?
If you want the true experience, go between 7 Bayer and 9:00 p.m. The nightly illumination, reflecting off the sea nearby, just transforms the entire space.
And for anyone staying closer to the Donggang district, I read the modern musical fountain show there is a must-see.
Yeah, that's around 8 p.m. in the summer. It's a huge spectacle. But, that historical echo is strongest when you walk through the preserved neighborhoods.
Like Russian Street.
Indeed. Russian Street is an essential stop. It's a 430 to 500-meter stretch featuring 38 preserved Russian-style buildings from the late 1800s.
And it was the first of its kind, right?
First in China, yeah. The first historic district designated specifically to preserve this distinct 19th and early 20th century Russian architectural character.
And it's such a beautiful cultural mashup. You see classic Russian design, the spires, the arches, but it's blended with these sort of Renaissance-style elements. It creates a distinctly Eurasian feel.
What's fascinating here is just the sheer contrast. You have these preserved 19th century imperial relics, and then a few blocks away in Donggang, you find something like the Venice Water City.
Right, the Venice Water City. It's a completely deliberate replication. Canals, arched bridges, gondola rides.
For about 60 RMB a person, yeah.
It's such a bold choice. A hyper-modern, Chinese-built nod to European fantasy, sitting right near the genuine historical European past.
That tension between preservation and futurism is key to Dalian's identity, and it all culminates in structures like the Dalian International Conference Center. This is not some stuffy government building.
Oh, not at all. This building is famous globally. It's a striking, modern hybrid structure designed by the Austrian firm Coop Himmelbol.
And for listeners who don't know them, they're known for deconstructivist architecture.
Right, buildings that look like they're exploding or unraveling, all acute angles and complex geometry.
Exactly. So it combines a massive conference center for 2,500 people with a full opera house and theater for 1,600. Winning a jury award at the 2013 A+ Awards wasn't just a local thing. It signaled Dalian's arrival as a city that's comfortable with cutting-edge, even aggressive, modern design.
So it's preserving the past and embracing an avant-garde future all at once.
Perfectly put.
That's a powerful synthesis. Okay, let's pivot entirely from architecture to appetite and talk about the food. Since Dalian is in the northeast, we are officially diving into Dongbeikai.
Northeast cuisine, yeah. And this is where Dalian truly carves out its own specific identity on the food map. Dongbeikai is traditionally defined by, well, heartiness.
Cold weather food?
Intense cold weather dishes, yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy use of preservation like salting and fermentation, a reliance on root vegetables, and staples like millet and wheat. It's also deeply influenced by Russian and Korean methods.
So the foundation is robust, comforting food, but Dalian's port status must just fundamentally alter that.
It completely revolutionizes it. Dalian takes that hearty, savory tradition and injects the highest quality, freshest seafood imaginable. So instead of being famous for slow-cooked pork stews, it's famous for incredibly fresh catches, prepared with that traditional regional love of salt, starch, and bold flavors.